Deluxe Detail. We're here in usually nice sunny Yarraville, but today not so sunny, a little bit cloudy. Forgive the noise, but this area is essentially dominated by trucks. Trucks and more trucks. I know we need the trucks, they keep our country going, but they're very loud. But anyway, I said in one of my past videos that if you've got any sort of car, bring it down here and I'll have a look at it. That's what I meant. So a customer's going to challenge me today. He's got a car, it's about 20 or 30 years old. It's red, and of course red cars that are that old and not really that well loved, yep, they turn flash. This one's oxidized. So we have got this car all day today. We'll get around and have a look at it now. And like I've said before, if you've got something you're not sure about on your car, or you feel like you really want to spend the money and rejuvenate it, it's your car, it gets you doing what you want to do. If you could just spend some money on the way it looks and the way it makes you feel, and the car is still fine, then that's great, let's do it. And that's a lot of the times what we do down here. So some really good preparation and some time, we'll be able to make this car look as good as new. This should be a great transformation. Let's have a look at it before, and then I'll get to the process and we'll have a look at it after. Thanks for watching. There is lots and lots of different ways you're going to see on the internet of people saying they've got the best way, I've got a better way, this process works, the other way works. I mean, really when it comes down to it, with detailing, what I've found over the last 20 years is what works for you is probably what is what you should use. Now, I was taught many years ago, nearly 20 years ago, by a guy named Tony, and at that stage Tony had nearly 30 years of experience working on cars. Now, granted, the technology that he knew about really kind of stopped there, but what he did teach me is some really effective ways to work on these cars. So Tony, if you're watching, I hope you don't mind me sharing the trade secret, but I think it's time. So for us to clean this car and to both cut off the oxidization on top and to leave it looking nice and shiny, it usually takes a couple of steps. Now, I'll show you today a method that we use, and I have used this my whole detailing career, and it's never let me down. It does require some skill with an older rotational buff. You can't run the machine too fast because you'll burn the paint, as we're using a very heavy cutting product. Now, the first of the products is G3. Now, this is made by Frekla. This is an English company. You can see this tub's all dirty. I've just finished this off. Now, I've had this tub for going on 10 years, so we don't use this often. Rather than storing it in that tub, it's more effective to store it like you're pickling vegetables or making a conserve. Store it in a glass jar, it's airtight. Have a look at the product. It really doesn't move around. It's a very strong sandy paste, and that's the cutting compound. This is a true cutting compound. Used incorrectly, this will tear through your car's paint. Absolutely tear through it. You can burn the paint, you can strip it off. Used properly, it can deliver amazing finishes. I've seen detailers use this over the years and do amazing things with the paint finish. Now, we actually mix this product with another one. This one comes out of the States. This is an older version of an all-purpose cleaner. It's called Rejuvenator. It's made by Melco. I buy it out of a company in New South Wales. It's the only person still now that provides it, supplies it, I should say. We mix this at about 70-30 into a sauce bottle. and I'll show you the results of this. So this cuts, but this stuff is very soft and brings a brilliant shine. So this is like a version of the new diminishing polish that we used to use years ago, and I still use it now on these vehicles. The diminishing polish just doesn't have a long enough cutting cycle to get through this red paint, and it's really important that you get all the oxidation off and leave it looking nice and shiny, and then we'll treat the surface later once it's all off and try and keep that shine on the car. So let's get started. Hope you've got all of that. A few trade secrets there, but why not? We're moving on, and I really want you guys to understand how we go about getting these cars to look like the way we do. So I should say, you know, Tony, he was a guy that knew his way around detailing like no other that I've ever met. The great thing about Tony was he was willing to share what he knew and educate other people. He's trained many detailers over the years through different companies, and I'm pretty sure he's out there somewhere still detailing. So as I say, credit where it's due, Tony had the ability to get the most out of each job that he did, and he really attacked each car with a real passion, and I think that's really important. Otherwise you're going to get a mediocre result, and I never saw Tony produce any mediocre results. So I really try and base my efforts on cars on the way he did it, and we all have those times where we're feeling a little bit down or a little bit tired or a little bit slow, but it's worthwhile finding something that motivates you and someone else that motivates you, and imagine how they'd approach it, and really offer that to yourself and go forward and try and get the best result you can. So thanks again for taking the time watching the Deluxe Detail channel. This car that you've seen today, this red Magna, is a perfect example of what can be done with a car, even when you think it doesn't have anything to offer. I mean, at around $300, this customer has saved himself a complete respray. He loves this car, it runs great, it serves his purpose, it does exactly what he wants it to do. It just looked terrible. It's a really good opportunity for anyone out there that has a car and they think they don't really want to get rid of it, but they just hate the way that it looks. Bring it down to Deluxe in Yarraville and we'll see what we can do for you. Thanks for taking the time of watching.